Hey, it's Chris from the Content Marketing Academy here, and I've got a really interesting question from Rachel today. The question says here that I am challenged by titles and making engaging opening paragraphs for our blog articles. I know you've helped me on the Facebook page. I'll put a link to that in the description below, Facebook private group for the Content Marketing Academy. But other than copy what I give her to do, how can I change it into my own words, or being able to think outside the box on how I do it for future blogs? For example, I'm using my first draft version here. Below is how I started out with the blog you kindly suggested, and I've put a new first paragraph in for earlier today. So basically what Rachel's saying is she's struggling with coming up with engaging titles that's going to get traffic to her website, and she's struggling with the opening paragraphs and answering the questions. So basically there's kind of like 3 or 4 parts to this. I'm kind of on the fly here. But basically the first thing to think about, and this is where a lot of content marketing people go wrong, content marketers or business owners when it comes to blog articles, they kind of write a title that sounds okay, like top 5 tips for something or whatever it might be, that sounds alright, but it's not something that someone would search, right? And it's not something that Google would even know what it was really about. So the first thing I would say is you've got to think about what people are going to search. What are they going to put into Google to find the answer or the solution to the problem that you're giving them, right, in your article. So think about search and think about what that title should be. Make sure it's got the keyword phrase in it, and it's structured, and it can be structured like a question. So just think about that, and then go into Google and search for that stuff and see what comes up, refine it. You need to spend a bit of time on your headlines. It's really, really important, and it's a really weak area when it comes to blog article writing for pretty much most companies. So you're not alone on that one. Titles, question driven, make sure it's got the keyword phrase in there, the keyword that you want people to be looking for, and just make sure that it's structured in a way that makes sense to Google. When it comes to your opening paragraphs, so for example, if you're answering a question, make sure that question is again in the first paragraph. So for example, someone might say to me, they might say, well, how much does it cost to hire a removal company? How much does it cost to hire a removal company? The title of the blog article would be, how much does it cost to hire a removal company? And then in the first paragraph, it would say something like, we've been a removals company for a long, long time, add in some sort of expertise or credibility. So we've been a removals company for many years, and we get asked this question all the time. How much does it cost for a removals company? In this article, I'd like to highlight all the reasons why a removals company could cost X, Y, Z, right? And try and explain it a little bit. But basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to repeat the question in the first paragraph. Get some expertise in there. So explain that you have got the authority to answer this question. Then add in some empathy as well. So for example, if it was the same article, how much does it cost for a removals company? We would say something like, one of the questions we get asked all the time is, how much does it cost for a removals company? Luckily for you, we've been in the removals the business for a long, long time. So we've done lots and lots of jobs. So in exactly what impacts the price of a removal? We know that in this economic age, you are looking to save, money, and you don't want to be unnecessarily paying for things that you don't have to. So in this article, I'm going to outline the 8 different things, the 8 different reasons, or the 8 different aspects that would impact the price of a removal, and then put in there, right? So the title might actually be, how much does it cost for a removals company? 8 reasons, or I don't know actually, we'd probably keep it quite simple. How much does it cost for a removals company? But the point is that your title is then repeated in the first paragraph. Your first paragraph includes things like expertise and empathy, and you disarm them in a way as well. So you know that you give them, there's some empathy in there, so it makes them feel like these guys know what they're talking about, but also they understand my problem as well. So the other thing that I would say in this as well, Rachel, is that there's another big weakness, right? So there's a weakness or a challenge for people in the title structure, the opening paragraphs, and then there's this need to want to just answer the question. And really, you're not answering the question just by answering the question. You need to actually understand what the problem is and then solve that. So for example, come back to the pricing article. How much does it cost for a removals company? Instead of just saying, well, it could cost anything between this and this, Here's an example of one project, an example of another project. What we've actually done is we've highlighted the problem. So it's the question is, how much does it cost? The problem is that people want to probably understand better what impacts the price of a removal. What makes the price go up, what makes it go down. They also want to maybe figure out how to save money and make it cheaper for themselves. They don't want to be spending money unnecessarily. So we've not just answered the question, we've uncovered the problems that are in there as well, the anxieties, the fears, the problems, and addressed them too. So it's not just simply answering the question, it's recognising what the problem is, and that will give you more content to write about when you're answering that question. So basically, you're struggling with the title and the opening paragraphs, and I can't lie to you on this one, Rachel. It's not simple and easy. Other than the fact that you need to sit down and put down maybe a dozen different titles, change the words around, type them into Google, see what they look like, and then do your opening paragraphs, flesh it out. But to be honest with you, and another sort of, like, to give you some confidence in this as well, is that when you publish a blog article, it's not set in stone. We regularly go back through our articles, see how they're performing in Google first, and then we'll go back and maybe hack them a little bit. And what I mean by that is we might change elements of the opening paragraph, we might even move paragraphs around, we might even change the title or some of the headlines in the article as well. Point is, it's not set in stone. Get the content out there in the best way and with the best experience you have at the moment, with the understanding that as you learn more and you develop and you see what works and what doesn't, you can go back to your blog articles and improve them over time as well. So it's not all lost when you publish an article. It's not like, the last thing I want is for you to not publish an article because you're afraid that your title or your headline or whatever isn't correct. Make it the best you can, and then, like you're doing right now, ask for advice, and I'm sure we'll be able to help. I hope that's helped you, Rachel, and I hope anyone else has found that helpful too. If you've got any questions, you can email me, chris@chrismarr.co.uk, or you can tweet me at chrismarr101. Hope you've had a great day. Don't forget to be awesome.